Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about Quartic graphs. So after you watching this video, I hope you know what is Quartic function and how to sketch Quartic graphs. So what is Quartic function? That is fx equals to a x to the power of 4 plus bx cubed plus cx squared plus dx plus e, where a, b, c, d, e are real numbers and a does not equal to 0. Well, the different forms depending on the exact nature of the function. To determine the shape of the functions, we look at the value of a. If a greater than 0, we have a shape that is w shape. And if a less than 0, we have m shape. So something, for example, a greater than 0, we have a curve looks like that, or maybe the curve, and if a less than 0, the M shape looks like that, kind of like that, for example. Now let's see some exercise. So to sketch the following curves, we have 3 curves over here. So for part A, what we have y equals to x minus 2 times x plus 1 times x minus 1 and times x plus 3. So for part A, we need to find the points where the curve intersects or crosses the x-axis or y-axis. So if y equals to 0, which implies that x minus 2 times x plus 1 times x minus 1 times x plus 3 equals to 0, implies that x equals to 2 minus 1 or 1 or minus 3, so that the curve crosses the x-axis at 2, 0, minus 1, 0, 1, 0, and minus 3, 0. Now if x equals to 0, it implies that y equals to minus 2 times 1 times minus 1 times 3 equals to 6. So that the curve crosses the y-axis at 0, 6. And we can see that if you expand the function, the coefficient of the leading term, which is x to the power 4, equals to 1. So a equals to 1 greater than 0, which means the curve is W shape. Now we can sketch that. So we have y-axis, x-axis, and 0. And we cross its x-axis at 2, 0, minus 1, 0, 1, 0, minus 3, 0. So here is 2, 2, 0, minus 1, 0, 1, 0, and minus 3. Here's minus 2. Here is minus 3, minus 3, 0. And it crosses y-axis at 0, 6, probably over here. So W shape crosses these points. We can have curve looks like that. Sorry, terrible drawing. Let me redraw it. Curve maybe something like that. Now let's move on to the part B question. So for part B, what we have y equals to x times x plus 1 squared times 1 minus x. Similarly, if y equals to 0, we have x times x plus 1 square of that times 1 minus x equals to 0, implies that x equals to 0, minus 1, and 1, so that it crosses the x-axis at 0, 0, that is origin, minus 1, 0, and 1, 0. Now if x equals to 0, it implies that y equals to 0, so that the curve crosses the y-axis at 0, 0. And you can see that here is minus x over here, and x probably x squared, and then another x, so the coefficient of the x to the power 4 is minus 1, which means a less than 0, so it has the shape m. Then we can sketch that. So we have 0, 0, 1, 0, and then minus 1, 0. So plus these 3 points. But you can now that the M shape we have 2 types. Maybe it looks like that, or maybe something looks like that. So how do we determine it? So we can take the value, take x equals to minus half. We can see that y equals to x times x plus 1 squared and times y minus x. So if x equals to minus half, you can see here is minus, and there is positive, then there is another positive, so which implies that y less than 0. So we can know that which curve is it? Is this one. Now move on to the part C question. So we have the function y equals to x plus 1 squared. So y equals to x plus 1 squared times x plus 2 squared, right? Yeah. And if y equals to 0, so x plus 1 squared times x plus 2 squared equals to 0, implies that x equals to minus 1 or x equals to minus 2. Implies that the curve crosses the x-axis at minus 1, 0 and 2, 0. Now if x equals to 0, y equals to 1 squared times 2 squared equals to 4. So that the curve crosses the y-axis at 0, 4. And in here, the highest degree we get is x squared, and there is another x squared. So we have the positive coefficient of the x to the power of 4. So a greater than 0, which means the curve has a shape that is W. Now we can have a sketch of the curve. We know that it crosses x-axis at minus 1, 0. Oh, sorry, here's minus 2. So minus 1, minus 2, and across the y-axis at 4, so probably over here. So it's W shape, we can draw it like that. So that is a sketch. Now, what we need to learn is just this part. You can pause the video to make some notes. Thank you for your watching.